let's talk about question number 10. What is pedigree analysis? Suggest how such an analysis can be useful. So first we have to understand what is pedigree analysis, then we have to mention some uses of it. So first of all, what is pedigree analysis? Pedigree analysis is a chart. It is a chart which shows genetic connection among individuals. Pedigree analysis is just a graphical chart made by doctors, and this chart shows genetic connections among individuals. An analysis of inheritance of traits in a family is known as pedigree analysis. When we analyze the inheritance of a particular character into a family over several generations, this analysis of a particular trait, this analysis of inheritance of particular trait over several generations in a family is known as pedigree analysis. If we mention the uses of it, then it helps, this pedigree analysis helps to identify the origin of a trait and also let us know the flow of that particular trait in a family. This is the one use. Second thing is, it helps to avoid harmful effects of marriages among close relatives. This pedigree analysis helps us to avoid the harmful effects by avoiding marriages into close relations. Alright, this pedigree analysis also helps to identify the expressive or recessive allele in a family which can cause genetic disorders such as color blindness. Alright, so these are the uses. So let's write the answer of question number 10. First of all, what is pedigree analysis? A chart which shows the genetic combination among individuals. An analysis of inheritance of a trait, over several generations in a family, is pedigree analysis. So this is the definition of pedigree analysis. I hope you understood that what is pedigree analysis. It is a chart which helps us to know the genetic connection between individuals or among individuals. When we analyze a particular trait over several generations in a family, that study of that particular trait or inheritance of that trait in a family over several generations is actually known as pedigree analysis, and it is done by doctors. Now if we want to mention some uses of it, uses of pedigree analysis, then the first use if we talk about is, it helps us to know the origin, that means where actually that particular trait is originated in the family. This pedigree analysis helps us to know the origin and also flow of the particular trait in a family. By this pedigree chart, doctor can get us know where the particular trait is originated in a family, and he also can know the flow of that particular trait in a family over generations. Second is, it helps to identify the expressive or recessive allele which may cause genetic disorder. Third use of it we can talk about is, it helps us to avoid harmful effects of marriages among close relatives. Alright, and the last but not least, it also helps in genetic counseling, to know the genetic disorder in children's. By this pedigree analysis, one can get to know the defective allele, one can get to know the defective trait which can cause genetic disorder in children's. By this pedigree analysis, we can get help to know whether the trait is originated, where the trait is originated, in which individual, on which level the trait is originated, if it is defective, or which trait is causing disease or disorder in the family. Alright, we can get to know the origin of that particular trait and also the flow of that trait over several generations into the family. By this pedigree analysis, we also can identify the expressive or recessive allele which can cause genetic disorders in a family or in any individual, such as, for example, color blindness. Alright, so these diseases, these disorders can be identified with the help of pedigree analysis done by doctors. It also helps us to avoid harmful effects of marriages among close relatives. And last but not least, it also helps in the genetic counseling of family to know the genetic disorder in children. And I hope you all get the answer. What is pedigree analysis? It is just a chart which is helping us to know the genetic connection among individuals and the analysis of a particular trait or the analysis of inheritance of a particular trait over several generations in a family is important. In a family, when we doing this pedigree analysis, when we doing or analyzing a particular character, when we analyzing the inheritance of a character over several generations in a family, that particular study of this inheritance of a character is known as pedigree analysis with the help of a chart. It is done with the help of a chart. So this is a complete solution of question number 10.